Well, what was that? Oh, it's the box. Okay.
Oh, wait, shit. Kali needs to change her name. Or tag.
Yeah.
I accidentally saw that and I was like, oh shit, yeah.
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 Um, she has. I need to change it.
Oh. What is it now?
It's Kylie. It's I forget the full one.
Yeah, I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 6 days late.
For the subscription.
No, for the chives. My
Oh.
plan was the 23rd.
Oh, okay.
Not the 29th. That's okay.
All right. So I have something interesting.
Oh, it's
Um,
that
I
interesting now.
I have in my notes a segment of the Fungo's lore run of Silent Hill 2, a timestamp for it, because he tells a story for like 30 minutes uh, of something that happened in his life that changed his perspective on Silent Hill and like made him understand a lot of things a lot better. Um,
That's what life experiences do.
yes. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to say this one thing that he said. I've said we've said before that Eddie does not engage in self-reflection. He stays in the anger stage of the five stages of grief.
Yeah.
Without self-reflection, he lacks conscience and blames everyone but himself. Um, so I was running in my head. I was like, how am I going to do this? Because it's like a long story. Um, I could do the Cliff Notes version and just tell you, or I could like, if I had time, I could play the video. Uh, Nothing interesting in terms of story is about to happen here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the game down a little bit, and I'm just gonna play the video in the background so we can listen to Fungo tell his story. I also wanted to like kind of pay tribute to him by putting a part of his lore run in mine, since I'm taking so much from his lore run. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play the story as we play. Um, Welcome. And really, it's like it's not gonna blow your mind or anything. It's just an interesting story that he decided to relate to Silent Hill in some way, which is neat. And you can finally put a voice and face to the name I keep saying. Can I get this? Get a get a little window of it in here. And we put it under me, right? That won't be too bad. Yeah, that'll work. I covered some stuff up for a while, but not too big of a deal. So yeah, let's hear what he has to say.
And you showed me him before.
You've seen me watch him before.
Everything's on. Because, well, we gotta take an elevator because, well, we're going down even further. Showing you that you can't go back. You know that now. There's no going back. There's only forward. And, can it get any worse? So, yeah, it does suggest, now that I think of it, when he meets...
Deep in it now, I can almost taste it.
When he encounters Eddie, he does kind of... He's at that point where he's kind of reckless. So when
What?
he
I think you need to increase the volume of the stream, not you.
What he? The video was quiet. I turned it up.
No, I had this problem yesterday.
Two.
I have all volume up. I have all the volume up and the voices are loud enough, but the stream is not. So the cutscenes are kind of loud, are kind of soft.
Well, I turned the game down. Just now.
No, yesterday I had the problem.
I
was trying to listen to the game, and I have all volumes up, and you were loud, like loud enough.
Uh,
But I could not turn the stream up anymore.
oh man. However you're describing this, it's not making sense to me.
The game, Dave. The
Yes,
game volume was too low
I don't know how to fix
for the
that.
cutscenes.
I don't know how to fix that. Um, here. Well, we won't be able to find out until we get into the game again.
Investing.
Yeah. But I did turn it up a bit. You might actually be able to tell from this video I'm playing.
Oh.
Also, hello, Pants. We're trying to figure out sound issues that she's just now telling me about.
I didn't understand what the hell was the problem yesterday, okay?
But what you missed was I said I'm going to be playing a part of Fungo's lore run on stream, because he tells a story from his life that he relates to Silent Hill, relates to improving his understanding of Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2 and stuff. It's not terribly interesting. It's just a fun little story. And also, I feel like this would be a nice addition since I've been doing a lot of his information in my lore run. So I'm just going to hit play. Tell me if it's too quiet.
Okay.
only forward. And,
I thought it
can
was
it
the
get any
headset
worse?
yesterday.
So
Sorry.
yeah, it does suggest, now that I think of it, when he meets
it.
Deep in it now, I can almost taste it.
when he encounters Eddie, he does kind of, he's at that point where he's kind of reckless. So when he too makes fun of him, when he makes fun of him or criticizes him, he is being a little suicidal at that point of the game. Now I do believe he is. People, I used to say no, but I think he is. Because, like, you gotta look at the stage he is in, psyche-wise. So,
What, in this
yeah.
book?
I was gonna tell you a little story. I don't know where I should do it, honestly.
When he was talking to Eddie and, like, you can't just shoot people for the way that they look at you.
So he's
Just
just saying shit to him now.
yeah, the way he was talking to him.
No fear of him hurting him.
Yeah.
On this scene, or does it matter?
Gotcha,
I don't know.
gotcha.
I'll just do it here. So, Drewbies, welcome to the chat. It is the best Silent Hill. As far as story, narrative reasons, it's one of the best. It's a masterpiece. Storytelling masterpiece. So, okay, so what happened to me was, I moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for about a year. I had to take a jump into the unknown. It was a scary time in my life, and I was afraid to make the change because I've moved around a lot. But the reason why I did it was, well, because I fell in love, and I fell in love with someone, and I moved to South Carolina, and well, to get my feet on the ground, I had to live with this person's parents, and I was willing to do that. That's fine, just so we could eventually get our feet on the ground. But living with these people, it was interesting. I learned a lot of stuff, and the person I got with is more of a logical minded person, who analyzes everything, and I like that because I've always looked for someone to analyze me. I've looked for someone to analyze things for me and help me figure things out, because I've always wandered this life lost and alone, I've always felt so alone and lost and wandering and just wandering. Well, I took a great leap into the unknown and moved out to South Carolina. And this was only a year and a half ago that I moved away from there. Only a year and a half ago.
He's talking about his life.
In South Carolina, I lived with the parents, and well, basically all they did was talk about how bad the brother was. Like, oh, this Chris character, right? This Chris, you better watch out for him. I hear Chris, Chris is just a bad child. Their child, Chris, which was like,
I have the video. I have a video on of it's right underneath my face. It's of the stream is not visible. I just got off. Okay. So this is the guy that I've been taking a lot of the information that I've been spouting in this run from. This is him telling a story that helped, a story of a part of his life that helped him understand Silent Hill a little better. No, I wanted to play this segment because I didn't want to just do the Cliff Notes version. I wanted to pay a little tribute to him as well. But it's also terribly long, so I didn't want to just stop the game to do this, so yeah.
Chris is just a bad child. Their child, Chris, which was like, it was like they told me all these horror stories about him. This Chris, who was their child, who was just like, just so bad that he was into drugs. He was addicted to a lot of drugs, and he had no conscience, and that he did all these terrible things. This guy, Chris, apparently has destroyed $10,000 worth of an apartment and ran. And every time something would go south, he would run. And he would always just act out on his anger. He had two kids, twins, who he neglected severely. They had rat bites. They didn't have the right clothes that fit. They were neglected severely, and he was a terrible father. So I was told all that the kids had to stay with him for a while. But he also stayed with them several times when they were like, no, he would never ever live here ever again. I would never, even if he asked, I would say no. Both of them kind of agreed. I felt kind of reassurance in that. I was like, yeah, I guess I never have to deal with this Chris fellow again. or ever have to deal with this Chris fella. And I was like, just hearing all these terrible stories, right? And you know that builds a lot in your psyche. You're like, geez, this guy's scary. So you're like, I really don't want to meet this person. He sounds like a psycho, like psychotic. Like he used to abuse animals. Used to like put them in boxes. Used to kill kittens by rolling them down a hill in a barrel. Used to just left them in a box and until they were dead and rotting, on purpose. You know, sounds like a psychotic person to me, and I never wanted to meet this person. So, well, story gets out that the person he's with, which he used to run off and do math with and do a lot of drugs with and whatever. There was a story that went out over in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, in fact. In Detroit, what happened was, I'm gonna mute stuff because people like the story, and I guess just so I don't get interrupted. Everything's muted. So what happened was I heard that, well, he was living in Detroit, and he was like, you know, getting into a lot of trouble over there, but it's okay because people can get in trouble in Detroit and be just fine. That's where people go, and that or Myrtle Beach is very accepting of people who are in a lot of trouble. So what happened was, the story got out. It was a big deal. It was big news. I don't know. You might have heard of it. This woman was driving them around with a gun, with her friends in the car, and she was driving around. And I did look on the map. Was driving. I think, in my theory, was driving to go pick him up, and they were gonna go off and do some drugs. But she had a gun on her, and they had a lot of drugs on them. There was a lot of just bad crap that they were into and doing. And what happened was she got caught by the police, and it was like wee, and she just put on a chase. I think her name was Rose. I don't remember, but you might have heard of it. There was a chase throughout Detroit, and it was a big deal. But you know what it ended up in? A violent car accident that killed the people that you know, the poor innocent people. She just drove right into them and killed everyone inside, including a child. And her friends were, I think she killed her friends too, and she came out alive. She was the only one who came out alive of that car accident. And I think it was on the way to go pick up this Chris fella. She came out alive. She did have injuries, like some severe injuries. They treated her and got her back into good condition. I think she almost lost an arm or something. Maybe she did. I don't remember. But whatever the case, a few days later, this Chris character calls up the parents and says, can I have a place to live? Can I come down? Maybe I want to come down and talk to you. When I was told about that, there was some severe dread. I was just like, all the stories, right? And they said, okay, come down, we'll talk. And they told me that he was coming. He was on his way. I was just like, oh. I've been, my whole life, I've been trying so hard to get away from these type of people, right? And here they come, you know, inviting themselves back in. So I was like, we gotta move. I want to get out. I want to move. I'm gonna get out of here. You know, so many times I had a good job, you know, I kind of was making ends meet. I didn't really want to just up and leave again and start over with nothing. And so, you know, I was just like, panicking until he showed up, and they said they went out to meet him, and they also met with a lawyer. I was like, okay, cool. Well, what happened? He's not moving in here, is he? I confronted them, like I've never confronted anyone before. You're not letting him move in with us, are you? No, no. I've been burned before. I would never be burned again, is what they told me, right? Like, I have learned my lesson. Well, the next day, I wake up, and he's sleeping on the couch. Literally the next day after they said, no, he's not moving in, he's sleeping on the couch. And, you know, I asked about that. I was like, oh God, this is not good. I was like, you know you're inviting disaster, right? You know he's gonna bring around the bad crowd. It's just gonna be terrible. You know, this person, his name's Chris, who, you know, don't worry, he's going somewhere. This person who apparently was so bad that literally no one in the family, no one else would let him move in and live there.
I can respond to your messages real quick. Twitch is pulling 40 megabytes while YouTube is only using 8. I don't know why, because I'm like, you can change the quality on YouTube. You can't change it on Twitch. I'm streaming at 4,000, almost 5,000 kbps. Um, it has much greater delay. The stream is more stable. What is all this extra data? Let me log in. I can't see when you tap the things on YouTube. No, I don't think Streamlabs has that function yet. I'm gonna hit play again.
No one else would allow him to stay with them because they have all learned their lesson, because stuff would get stolen and bond. You know, stuff would go missing. Their lives would turn to crap. They'd lose their job. Things. You know, these type of people that are basically, you just be close to them, you just be around them, and everything seems to go wrong because they're just like bad karma or something. I'm not really sure. Well, that's the kind of person he is. He invites disaster. And things just go south, and relationships end, and just everything. Just crazy. Well, it turns out he's just as bad as they said. Basically, he was doing meth right under my nose for months. You know, right under, everyone knows this and no one agreed with this, but this was the term. He's gonna stay here, they told me. Yeah, he just wants to get his kids back. And I'm like, but you told me he treated his kids badly, severely neglected them. They didn't get any food. They didn't get anything. I'm gonna go to just chatting a little bit. They didn't get no food, nothing. That they were starved. They were not clothed. They were not bathed. He didn't even give them baths or anything. That you know, they were severely neglected, yet you want to help him get his kids back? It seems like they're doing a lot better wherever they are now. And that's not with their mother. They're with like her you know, they're with their grandparents, and that seems like a better life for them. Why do you want to change that? So it's like they talked to a lawyer, and the lawyer convinced them that he would have a chance of getting his kids back. That they gave him, the lawyer gave him that little bit of hope, right? I'm gonna put it to just chatting. So anyway, that little amount of hope is all he needed to really convince them that he was a changed person. He's different now. He's older, is what they told me. He's older. You don't have to worry about him doing that stuff. We all do crazy stuff when we're young, right? I don't know about killing, you know, killing animals, but you know, I don't know about neglecting and like almost just borderline abuse from the neglect. You know, his kids just would be, you know. Yeah, why? But why? I was mad. I was livid, Fuego. So you would ask stuff like that, right? Why? It's relevant to Silent Hill 2. Trust me, we're getting there. It's like, you know, why after all this are you gonna go around and repeat the same thing again?
I just got like 30 seconds to a minute ago. I got the Twitch app has become unusable message. Just so you know, that's insane.
It's like going around in a circle. You're gonna be repeating the same old mistakes because, well, they kind of instantly shut it off. Clean slate.
He's asking when I got his messages.
Block their minds to denial. So they told us, they told us that if we ever catch him doing drugs around the house or anywhere, if we get proof he's still on drugs and he's not doing anything to get himself better so that he can get his kids back, which was the condition, that he was just waiting there. Originally, he was waiting there to get, I guess, he was waiting there for something, a letter. He was waiting to get a letter about his kids or whatever, something regarding, but it was basically, I need time to get this letter and I won't be around long. It's only gonna be a week, 2 weeks. No, I knew the second they let him in that it was gonna be like, he was gonna be there indefinitely. So, the whole stipulation was, I want to get my kids back. So you know what I did? I kind of researched into it. I wanted to see just if this was one of those excuses, right? That people kind of like, they kind of like talk about the kids and stuff to get sympathy, right? You go, oh, I feel bad. He's just a loving father that just all he wanted to do was love his kids. No, he didn't. You know, he cared about himself. I had a mother that was a drug addict. My mom, she abused drugs heavily, and she left me for that life. And she refused to get back into my life. Even the time she got out of prison, out of halfway homes, she refused to get back into my life as I got older. And then one day, my dad called her up when she got out of halfway home to say, "Hey, you can come live with me." I'm reading your chat, guys. Don't worry, I am reading. I'm just not saying it out loud. So, yeah, I went to go live with my mom when I was 18. But that's beside the point. It's like that drug addicts. I kind of understand them because I got to see it with my mom. So I understand perspectives. To understand perspectives is to understand this game a little bit more. So what happened was there was a stipulation. If we catch him with drugs, he's out. Well, I kind of wanted to take a look and see if he really is that loving father he said he was. So I went on Facebook, on his personal Facebook, and I saw just pages, years. It went back years, guys. 7 years, I counted, 7 years he made posts about getting his kids back. 7 years making the same claim that he's doing everything he can to get his children back. And then I even saw a post that suggested they have a restraining order out on him. He can't even come near them. Like, what really tipped me off to that was the fact that they said, "Oh, his kids are here. Why didn't you go visit him?" "I can't. I would get arrested." Well, why would you get arrested just for going to see your kids? You have to have a restraining order out on you if that's the case. So I kind of put it together, 2 and 2. He had a restraining order out against them. So he can't even go near his kids. So it's almost impossible, too. Once a restraining order is out and someone has custody, how are you going to get custody back from the children? It's nearly impossible to change hands like that. Usually impossible. So I saw it went back 7 years since he's had that restraining order and no change. So I'm like, oh yeah, I see. It's just gonna keep going down the same line. He is right in that line. It's denial. He was in denial about this fact that he would probably never see his kids again. But he knew it deep down, and he didn't really. I don't know if it got into a habit where he used to use them as collateral to get sympathy, because he would. That's how he survives. This is the kind of person that survives by pity. You know.
This room was the original Noose puzzle room.
There are some Twitch streamers you may find that some have been caught that kind of live off this patronage you guys supporting.
What do you mean?
Doing the puzzle.
The same thing I did up in the prison. I pulled the noose and then they changed all the puzzles, but these glimpses of the past actually usually show the original puzzles in the game. This was the camera angle too.
That kind of live off this patronage you guys supporting through pity, making you feel bad for them. It's like, oh man, don't feel sad, cheer up, here's some money. So that's kind of what he kind of did, just using his children, because people really do relate to children.
He's telling a story from his life.
And it is extremely hard to switch hands once someone's parental rights have been completely cleared, like severed, and somebody has complete and full custody. It's very hard to get it back. So he's not wrong. He's just not. He just doesn't know all the details. It's not his life. This is just what he witnessed in his life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's prone to hyperbole. I don't know.
I mean, it's storytelling. There's gonna be things that are missing.
I guess.
You're not gonna get every minute detail.
I don't know. But
Yeah, but sometimes they're not that obvious, Serial the Wolf, and I think I have met some who kind of do that pity thing, and they do just fine. Well, usually they don't do just fine, but they get views. I guess so. I don't know much about DSP. So basically he was there living day to day, causing my life hell. And I just worked a normal job, and I was hauling furniture around the city. And I was working for a kind of like a repo company that rips people off by renting out stuff for insane, crazy prices. I'm not going to mention the name of the place just in case, but it was all about collecting payments that were just ridiculously overpriced and going around the city and repoing, taking their furniture away. And, you know, it was a crazy city, but I got to see a lot of perspectives there. And there was a common mindset of Myrtle Beach where it's like, you know, F you, you know, I'll get my own type of mindset there. Where people do not accept blame. That people in that area, they like to blame others, even if you can prove outright that it was them. People out there, they hate video cameras. You know how I learned that people do not like video evidence? Well, because people get really upset when you have a camera. They get real upset out there. So, because cameras cannot lie.
It's also
But
very
you sure can. You
easy
can lie to like the end of the world. But a
to
camera can't lie. So
the reason why it probably took so long is that there wasn't a restraining order. It's very easy to cut custody if they can't see them. I don't know how that situation works, if they can have custody of their kids and a restraining order at the same time. They probably got it well, it's not his story.
Well, yeah, it's like he said, he kind of just assumed that there
He
might be some kind of restraining order. That like he has no direct proof of that.
Yeah, he said it right there that he's assuming.
Yeah.
He never said they did.
I mean,
Again, it's not his story.
uh, I don't.
Anyway, just push play.
Yeah, the restraining order is not the main aspect of the story.
So what I did was I ended up to catch him in the act, because that was the stipulation, and there were a lot of things that happened that his presence, all you know, he would always be doing something. There's so many stories that goes a long way. You know, it goes. I mean, like, I don't even want to begin. There's so many different stories, but let's just say life wasn't the same, and it sucked. And it sucked as long as I could get my feet on the ground, and it would be a while because he's never leaving. I got a video camera, right? But I kind of, you know, I have I actually have the recording of this. I put a dash cam in the car, and I didn't tell anyone about it. I kind of pulled it off to the side so you could kind of see the front yard, so maybe I could get some video evidence of him doing drugs, because I knew he was. Well, here's the thing. They said if you could bring us evidence that he's doing drugs, we'll kick him out. Thank you, Snow Orchid. Thanks for the hugs. So what I did was I did everything I could. I had some indisputable evidence. I found, well, I guess it's not very indisputable, but like you find like these paraphernalia, you know, of people.
What I mean by it's not his story, this part of what he experienced that was not his story. That was what was happening to someone else that he witnessed from the outside.
Yeah, I think
That part's not his story.
Yeah, I think what she means is like that part is like
That's not something he experienced personally.
yeah, he's making speculations on what's going on with his kids, and it's just like
It's also not his point at all. This is background information.
yeah.
He hasn't gotten to his point yet.
People who do meth, it's you do smell it. He was, you know, you would smell it on him. You'd smell it outside. You smell it in the house. It smells kind of like ammonia or cat urine. Kind of smells really bad. And that right there, I just knew he's doing it in the house, doing it everywhere. I was like, I can get him out, right? I was like, yeah, I could get them kicked out because they said they would. I just held them to it. So, you know, I don't remember what I did, but there were like caps, pen caps and stuff he would use to smoke out of. There was so much evidence. You know, it started to reach its boiling point when he brought over his meth friends, and you could tell a meth head. You could tell the teeth rotted out, the sores all over the face, right? The weird, meticulous behavior, like, you know, people repetitive, right? People doing things repetitively. He was carving wood. That was his hobby. His hobby was to carve on wood, which is a repetitive hobby, right? It's kind of a sign of a meth addict, you know, someone who's like carve, and they do it for hours. He brought his meth friends over. Guess what? Not only were they meth friends, they were wanted by the police. they were wanted. And they were related to him. And where did they come from? No one knew they were even in the area. So when they told me that, yeah, the police have been looking for them.
Yeah.
And when they showed up, when they showed up, my significant other's father shut right up, walked into the bedroom, shut the door, and wouldn't do anything to defend the household or the family. And I was like, what? You're not gonna do anything about this? He's like, and then like, it wasn't until later I learned that they were wanted by the police. They got caught, I think, but it was sometime after. And I was like, thank God. But anyway, like,
Interesting that you mentioned the cage being like Mary's cage, because there's a couple instances of that.
Yeah,
The
there's a dead body inside.
the fact that there was a dead body inside but you couldn't see it is kind of indicative of like James's mind opening a bit, but not all the way.
Just being like, oh, what's in there?
Like, it's like he knows what's in there, but he doesn't want to see it, or like he can only guess, you know?
Yeah. To think about it, he just knows it's there and scratching an itch at the corner of his consciousness.
Yeah.
you know, that right there was the evidence, all the evidence they needed. Seeing them was all the evidence they needed to kick him out. But you know, after all the evidence, they would, okay, so what would happen was the mother, right? The mother said, I convinced her, right? I convinced her he is doing drugs. She said, yes, I believe you now. She said this. I'm so glad you told me. I believe you now. And I'm so glad. I mean, I'm gonna kick him out first thing in the morning. He's gone. You don't have to worry about him. You know, bringing around people like that, they were really mad because they don't like those people. They know them and they are just terrible. They're worse. Just imagine him, but worse, which is what I was imagining. Well, they were even like, they even had a suitcase and they brought it in the front door. And I was like, what is this? I took that suitcase. I threw it out. I literally threw it into the street. I didn't care. I was like, no, you guys aren't moving in. Because, but she said, they're out. We're going to make sure of it. We're going to get them out of here first thing in the morning. And, well, what happened the next day? I don't know if it was this exact time, but you know, what happened the next day? She slipped right back into denial. She was like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm so glad you told me. You have 100% convinced me he is on drugs. These people he's bringing around, yeah, there's no doubt in my mind they're on drugs because, well, they got the meth teeth, meth sores and stuff. It's like, okay, we gotta get these bad negative influences away. Next day, he wasn't doing drugs. What was that? She went around, she went from acceptance, right? She saw the truth. They were in denial the entire time, which explains everything. I was like, they are denying because they love their son.
To her husband
family,
or son.
right? Family over anything. Family's the greatest. We have to protect family, was their mindset. And they were in so much denial, and they want, and it was actually more selfish than that. You know what it was? The mother wanted to be a grandmother. She wanted the kids back because she wanted to have them around because she loves children. And she wants those. It wasn't about Chris getting his kids back. It was about her being a grandmother. Selfish. So she slipped right back into denial. And when I saw that, I was like, what? What? Weren't you the other day just telling me that I was right? And she was, you know, this was after she already kicked them out, by the way. So yeah, she kicked them. They got him out. And we were there to make sure. I was there to make sure he got out. I was there. But the next day, it was like, no, I didn't say that. She said, no, I didn't say that. I thought you said I was right and he was on drugs and you believe me now. No, I didn't. Right back to, you know, my children are everything. I must protect them. You know, the brain has a weird way of it's coping. Well, this isn't the best of it yet. This isn't the worst of it, actually, I would say. What happened after that was, you know, he came back. Now, remember, I threw the briefcase out in the road. I'm gonna read your stuff. I missed a few. Well, my father was an abusive alcoholic, too. So that's not even the... Like, if you want to go way back to my psychology and all the stuff I went through, I mean, that was just like nothing. But hi, Purple Hellion. Yeah, glad to see you. I'm kind of gonna get to the real big moment, but I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna give it a second to really kind of think about it and talk with you guys, because I kind of talked for a long time. I mean, I didn't think the story would take so long, but. You know, Ayanami, are you happy? You've been looking forward to this story. Are you liking it?
I think he just played that sound. He likes to play a lot of sound bites.
But yeah, I know how it feels. But then again, what you went through is
Here,
not
like,
necessarily
he's
what I
finally
went
getting to the point.
So I guess I should say I know how it feels. Hi, Redfield. Welcome back. I did see some other people get in. Who was it? Millie Dragon. Millie Dragon. Thank you for commenting. I'm glad. Hope you're enjoying the story. Crewmate, hi. Purple Hellion, it's good to see you. By the way, Purple Hellion,
I got you.
give a little shout out to all the patrons. Purple Hellion's a Patreon, on Patreon, and there's a list of names there. You also can see RE4FMV Hollywood. Oh, hi, Funkadella Chica. I need my own silent. You get rational. Mac to you what it is that made me understand Silent Hill 2, right? You get to see coping mechanisms, real time, other perspectives of people who have these irrational coping mechanisms. I don't remember the specifics of the story. I wish I did, because there was some really good stuff. I'm gonna think about it. But I'm not getting to the best part yet.
He doesn't remember
Just
the
wait,
specifics.
I'll get to the good part. So, I have mentioned in the past, right? I've gotten into a I've gotten into a fight with a meth head. And now you guys know who that was. Some of you may remember me mentioning getting into a fight with a meth head, right?
Creepy.
Okay, so this is how it went down.
How that came on the
And this
fucking
really
map.
helped too. This punchline, this punchline really, it makes the whole story and why I relate to this game more and why I understand it more. So, as he came back for some stuff, I noticed he came back for some stuff, and he was such a liar. He came back for some stuff and left, but he said to his mom that it was stolen for pity, right? Because that's what he does. He relies on people's pity. And what person is going to pity you more than your own parents? So he told his mother that all his clothes were stolen. He has no food. He told his mother all these things, and she regretted ever kicking him out. And she would snap at me, right? Anger. That's step 2. So she went from denial to anger. And yes, the clothes smelled like dirty blood meth. It smelled like blood. I don't know. You ever smelled anyone that smelled like old blood? That isn't like maybe on their period. That's what his clothes smelled like. Hi, obnoxious owls. So anyway, she is blaming and then like bargaining, right? Oh, maybe if we, she went through all these stages right before my eyes. So she went from anger and yelling at me and telling me it's all my fault and, I'm just a sack of shit. And that, he really deserved to live there. And, he just wanted to get his kids back and he's been trying. And he's trying hard. And whatever. Well, it was nice. For a couple months, she went through all these different stages of denial. And, well, I do have to get to that part of the story. I don't know how you know so much about the story.
You gotta be kidding me.
But yes, next to the suitcase was... Okay, so he told his mom all his clothes were stolen. Well, not a Bluetooth speaker. they just wanted his clothes.
What did you do last time?
So Bluetooth...
Exactly what I'm doing right now.
They just wanted his clothes. They didn't want the fancy electronics. There was a whole jar of money. And no, they didn't take that. No, they just wanted to steal his meth-smelling bloody clothes. So that's what happened. They came to steal his clothes. So that's how I know that he was lying, just to get pity from his mom. He came over. So he came over to write. It was after a few months. I believe it was a month, or he was gone. It was nice. He was gone for a month. But yeah, I got to see his mother go through all those stages of denial, loop around, and go through them again. And that was interesting to see, because it's like, how do you go from believing one thing to denying it a second later? And so he came back because she said, oh, you're hungry, because he was complaining about not having food. You're hungry. Go get ramen. They're like 10 cents a package. I mean, you don't have to have money to get ramen. Yeah, a speaker is a speaker, but a suitcase could be anything. Let's get the suitcase. That's funny. It could be even a speaker, right? So yeah, he came back, and I couldn't believe it, because what he was doing was he came back to get pity in order to live there again. And he sat there, weakly eating. I'm so weak, I can't even eat. I was like, oh, poor you. I was like, this guy is a show. He's putting on a show. He's a better actor than anyone. But yes, anyway, he was doing that thing.
Honestly, that's how I
she was
respond
like,
to
oh,
people like
sweet
that, too.
baby. And then she would get mad at me, because I'd be like, you know what he's doing, right? And she'd be like, no, he isn't. He's not here to just like try to get, he said he doesn't want to. And then, so he wrecked on a motorcycle. And again, he tried to move in with pity by talking about this motorcycle crash. Oh, I wrecked on my motorcycle. I'm so sick. Oh, my hernia. Hernia. Keyword hernia. I think he has a hernia that has never healed. He has brought it up many, many times. So a hernia. I wrecked on my motorcycle. Look at it. You could see that it was completely devastated. It was wrecked because he brought it over to show it off and get pity so they could live there again, because he kept doing it. It was like, get out, right? It's like, stop coming back and stop bringing your friends with you, because he have a few times. He tried. And like, they made new rules in which they broke. So it's like, you can't have friends past 9. I thought this was the new rule. So, I was really mean. I wouldn't let it down. So I was like, this guy, I don't want him around, and if his friends are here and it's past 9, I am gonna call the police. Every time.
That's almost how I got kicked out of my ex's
place. So anyway, yeah, it did help me understand this situation in my life. Helped me understand Silent Hill, because of all these different perspectives and how people deal with things that they don't want to, the truth that they don't want to see, like how they deal with I guess, like, if they don't want to believe the truth of a character, or you're their own character, they will deny it in whatever way, they can possible. So anyway, he came over looking weak and needing food, right? You needed food because he was so weak and sick, and he wants his kids back still.
He's a Christian.
Well, okay, so as he was starting to accept that he wasn't going to come back and he wasn't going to be able to live there again, because I overpowered all. I told them it's not happening. They said, okay, I didn't pay the bills. I didn't pay mortgage, but they said, okay, you're right. I guess he says you can't. It's his fault. If you have a problem, blame him. It's all his fault, Fungo. So yeah, of course he held a grudge against me because it was me that was preventing him from being able to move back in and get away with all the drugs and stuff he was doing. Yes, that's right, Thor. Thank you. Well, as he was grabbing his bags and walking them away with this pity walk, right? You know that walk, like, oh, poor me. You know, like something a kid would do, you know, if they really want to over exaggerate and make people think that they're really bad off, like, I'm sick, you know, when the kid's trying to get out of school. So he was doing that pity walk, and he was saying something about his children again, which I'm sick of hearing, because I know he doesn't really care. He's in denial about his own children. Well, interesting, because this is about to happen in the game. Something very, very close to what happened to me happened in this game. So I was like, I've had enough of this crap. I just want to tell him. So I did. I said, you don't give a fuck about your kids. That set him off. Oh man, I have never seen anyone angrier. Why would someone get so angry? It's part of that 5 stages of grief, right? Anger. Because he knew it was the truth and he didn't like it being brought up. That's what I snapped on me. Like that. Snap. And swung. After all the crap that we went through together. That's what set him off. He's like, you never talk about my kids like that. And that happened before. I brought up his kids once before. And he flipped, but it wasn't as bad. Because I didn't really say anything like that. I didn't say you don't give a fuck about your kids. That's what set him off. It's like, you know what James does here pretty soon. He tells Eddie, have you gone nuts? He's poking a soft spot in Eddie. The part of him that he doesn't want to admit. That he's kind of spiraling downward and he is going nuts. Well, he swung at me, right? And this, I got photographic evidence of this fight. Swung at me. I swung at him. We missed each other. I fell backwards into a ditch. He jumped on top of me and choked me until I was blue. I thought it was over. Started to see stars, and I was like, oh man, I was planning for this fight. I knew it was gonna happen. I was waiting for it. I even like learned how to fight. I was learning how to fight just to defend myself against this guy.
Did you?
You know, I had a knife. I bought a knife to defend myself against this guy. And all my planning and everything all went wrong because I got a bad footing. I was near a ditch when the fight started. It was on a slope and I slipped and fell. And I never fall. Like, I have good balance. So I was like, I thought I was gonna die because everything led up to this point. I thought I was gonna die. I really thought I was gonna die. Ever since he moved in, I was like, he's gonna kill me, isn't he? That was my fear. But this guy was gonna end up killing me. So, slipping, falling into a ditch, being choked.
Nice.
And you know what I did? I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't move. I was in a ditch. You can't get out of a ditch easily. I was like in a weird position and he had every opportunity to kill me. Well, you know, I sat there as a defense mechanism because this was plan B. This was if everything else failed. Everything else went wrong. I was like, okay, well, what I could do is I could twist his balls. Yeah! Take this!
What are you laughing about? What the fuck?
Go
What?
for the nuts. That's
He said
what
he
they
can
tell
twist
you,
his
right?
balls.
Go
Yeah.
for the nuts! It'll work. Well, what someone didn't tell me, or what I learned, is that, well, it might not work on a meth head. No, he didn't even know. He didn't even know. He didn't. It didn't phase him a bit. And by the way, his balls were like the size of peas. I thought, you know, I felt like I was molesting a child, but he was like 30-something years old. It felt really weird. So as things started to turn into stars, get all like, I got all like, I don't know. I
Does
just
he
thought it
not
was
know
over.
that that
You
means
know, he
kick
just, like,
the balls? Or
Thank
punch the
God.
balls? When they
Thank
say
God my
go for the
significant
balls.
other was just like bashing the hell out of the back of his head, and this went on for like 2 minutes, by the way, guys. At least 2 minutes, maybe 3. 3 minutes of getting pounded in the back of the head, just as hard as I've never seen such hits, but unfazed. What really got him to stop was that he couldn't see. He just turned around and went, "What did you do with my glasses?" And he let up. And after that, he went and told his parents that I was playing with his balls. So I was like, you did not feel that. I would be in agony. Whatever. But anyway, I got all that on a dash cam. So I got to watch it and get to see my moment of shame, where I could not defend myself and everything could have gone wrong and I could have died. And after that, I think I made it an undesirable place for him to live. I showed to him that I wasn't afraid of him, and that, because sometimes just defending yourself, just standing up for yourself is all you need to do, right? You just stand up for yourself. And then they you know, bullies will leave you alone. Sometimes you just need to stand up for yourself, and that'll prove to them that they don't want to mess with you. And so he stopped coming around after that. I mean, there were even rumors that, you know, I don't know. I just stopped seeing him. He's gone. I was like, well, I guess that was a good and bad thing, but still, it was only like a month or 2 later. Took off the hurricane. I was posting for help about, you know, the hurricane was coming, and it was scaring the hell out of me. I didn't want to be flooded in, and that place got hit hard, by the way, by the hurricane. So yeah, I got to live in a place and meet people, all of them too. I got to see different perspectives, but here's the thing. That's
Yeah,
why
he was
it
dragging
was
it.
important in the way the story's told. I got to see different perspectives of people who were all going through denial. Every single one of them kind of were going about it in different ways, and they were rationalizing this denial in different ways, but really most importantly was that they were all kind of, you know, they had these coping mechanisms, and they have these weak points. James's weak point: well, don't ever talk about pillow fights with him. So yeah, that's what helped me understand Silent Hill 2 a little bit more. And I related to Eddie. Now I understand James and his confrontation with Eddie and how he says you've gone nuts. It kind of reminds me of the same fight, of what happened to me. I touched a weak point. So did he. Touch that weak point, you know, no matter how subtle, even if it's the only thing you say, even if you said that's nice, that's enough to set someone off. It's a weak point. And you know, people with a weak point are cowards in the end. If you let that weak point get to you like that, you're a coward.
Oh.
Sometimes you take an ass whooping and still win. I still won, right? I still won.
That's the whole story.
I like how his takeaway is, you're weak. And I'm like, you had one instant of seeing somebody in this situation, and you just said everybody in this situation's weak.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, his voice is a little abrasive for people. His style of speaking is a little abrasive. I enjoy listening to.
it's-
Yeah, I enjoy listening to him on 2 times speed.
It's a bit.
What?
You went 2 times speed. Let's look at this.
But no, I've just been a fan of him for years, and like, I get the feeling. We will not be playing any more clips from him. No worries.
I am so fucking tired.
Already?
Yeah, I don't know. My sleep schedule is getting fucked up. Just a couple days ago, I stayed up till like what, 4 in the morning? A week before that, 5 a.m. Not being tired. I don't know. And now I'm just fucking tired.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Like, I think yesterday I'd go to bed till like 3 in the morning.
So we are already 2/3 of the way through the labyrinth. Basically. I just have to do something. What did I just pick up? I picked up this picture, whole world ahead of us. Black. I don't think I got that in the last playthrough. That particular photo. Do I have a key? What am I doing here? Oh, I was just in the room where I had to do something. I just left it because I wanted to make sure I got everything. So, no, it's this way. Wire cutter. Oh yeah, what do I need to use that on? Not that. I had to use it on something. I don't think I have it on my map. Shit. Okay. Oh wait, is that it? Let me save first. Oh shit, I have to go down. How do I get down there? Floor. Is there no other way? Oh no, it's 2 and then... I remember this. This is a pain in the ass. It's... I could take the one. The one would take me there. But it would just... That's such a pain in the ass. I think 2 is my best bet. No, wait. Wait. Hang on. Looking at this shit all wrong. Go this way. Five goes down there. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Upright. Then right. Right down to the ladder. Huh?
Somebody poop.
Pee.
Poop.
No.
Like clean up.
No. Got this guy. Holy shit. There we go. What? Where we go? Best buddy. Okay. The next one is the fun one. Ah. Oh, wait. Let me just make sure. Okay. Noted. Alright, so... This one's actually going to be a little bit of fun now that I have the chainsaw. It is time to rip as well as tear. Oh. I'm trying to get over there, maybe? No. No, not anymore. Where am I trying to go? Downward triangle. Right? Yeah, downward triangle. I think that's it. What the fuck was that? Oh, alright. Wow. You only have to kill the enemies to get out of these rooms. I was just waiting in my first playthrough. But you can kill them and get out. I was drinking that. This one I gotta run now. This one I gotta run. Hey, while we have this guy, let's talk about him. God, why did I do that? So we can just fix all that. Boom. This guy is called the Mandarin. The things that are hanging from the gates on the bottom. That's a picture of it.
What the fuck is that thing?
That's the thing that's hanging on the floor. It's one of the enemies in the game.
Called a what?
Mandarin.
What the fuck is it?
Created by artist Masahiro Ito, who named it after the Chinese Mandarin. Appear only in the otherworld. They hang from mesh gratings by the tips of their thick suction pad-like forearms, attacking James with tentacles protruding from orifices resembling a human mouth. Mandarins are manifestations of anguish and James's desire to escape. For this reason, they are not permitted to stand above ground. Until in the hotel in this version, they had one of them come out. Mouth is a motif that recurs throughout Silent Hill 2, where it represents Mary's inner turmoil and anger. None of the creatures in this game have mouths until James encounters Fleshlip, a monster representing the memory of Mary in her sickbed, after which every creature introduced has a mouth.
Now, I forgot to tell you earlier, I found something very interesting.
What?
And I bring this up because it has to do with a monster. And it's the daddy one.
Yeah.
That the guy who created its interview that you read said that Angela was seeing something else.
Yes.
But that it wouldn't be as interesting. That fucked me up. One, because it doesn't need to like, her reality is horrible enough.
Yeah.
It's like just it being there would have fucked people up, regardless of if it wasn't as interesting or not. Like, I definitely got offended by what he said, but James's is definitely more interesting. I'm not saying that it's not, but to say that it wouldn't be interesting at all
I think
was a little upsetting.
I think the implication was because he said it was far more monstrous of a visage to Angela. I think it was just her father,
Oh, okay.
which would be
That's not interesting, yes.
yes. So this enemy we were talking about, they were designed. The name is derived from the Chinese Mandarin because he thought the design, especially the arms, resembled the character for Mandarin in Chinese. The mouths of Fleshlip and Mandarin were inspired by the painting Second Version of Triptych, 1944 by Francis Bacon, which you can see here.
Oh, yeah, you showed me that. Gosh,
What happened to that?
it's closed.
Okay. Humanoids in cages depicted in the game's Misty Day Remains of the Judgment painting were sculpted based on the Mandarin model. So this one. Yeah, the figures in the cages, I guess. Um, After the release of Silent Hill 2, Ito felt the Mandarin was overlooked by players and used it as the basis for the closer in Silent Hill 3. Um, is there anything else about it? Not really. There's some other pieces. This is from the pachinko machine for Silent Hill. And this is from the comic book that Masahiro Ito worked on. All good, welcome back. You didn't miss much. I was just talking about this enemy that is being a pain in the ass right now. Shit. Oh no. Like your dryer is broken completely? Let me out, please. Let me out. Let me out? Oh. Okay. I have no clean dry clothes and I have to be at an interview at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Jesus Christ, dude.
I would suggest, because I've done it before, if you can handle the feeling on your skin, letting it dry on like a railing or something like that overnight, and then using, even if it's slightly damp, putting it on anyway, it dries really fast on your skin. Like 20, 30 minutes, it'll be dry. Not even that. I've done that a lot.
Only got one suit left and I'm pretty sure if I wear it, I'll be arrested. I forgot about you!
Oh, it's a suit. It might not dry then. At least the suit jacket might not. The pants and the coat did. But then again, you kind of need to iron it.
Oh yeah, it is really cold out too.
Well, I was thinking like you would get dressed and then continue getting ready for another half hour, and then it would be dry. And yes, it is a technical nightmare. I only do it when I'm absolutely desperate, and it's usually the tank tops.
Wait, do I? Oh shit! I have to climb through. I think.
Oh, he had to be close.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, you mean outside? I was saying hang out inside.
It's probably limited areas.
Well, no, like you can hang it over a chair, over a bed, over a railing, put it on a hanger, and hang it on a doorknob. There's stuff like that you can do.
Almost forgot we had a cutscene.
I'm done.
Yeah, you good? No.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have to iron it? Because the ironing could dry it as well. I'm done.
Maria.
He's weird again.
What do you mean?
Mary.
Yeah, he's fucking weird again.
It's his memories creeping in. Seeing her dead on a bed.
No, it's him suppressing those memories again.
That's who.
Like like he was becoming normal again. Oh my God, somebody that I know. And then out of nowhere, shuts it off and whispers about his dead wife, who he knows to have died 3 years ago. Not the person in front of him.
I own a steamer. I'm really steamed about it now. Wonder if I move my gaming PC to a laundry room temporarily and just open Baldur's Gate 3, it might just work.
The steamer might actually work though. Unless it's really, really wet. Maybe not. Well, clothes coming out of the dryer washer shouldn't be that wet.
So I'm pretty much basically going to be playing the original scenes for every single scene now. She dies twice.
No, she doesn't.
Right?
3 times, at least.
What's the third time?
The first time she gets stabbed, the second time she's right here, and the third time is when she's upside
Oh,
down.
yeah, okay. I don't know how to count. Sorry.
No, you don't.
Um,
That was funny as shit. I'm like, where the fuck?
So I actually want to go back. I forgot to do this one. Um, the first death. Are we live? Yeah, we're live.
Are you winning?
Huh?
Let's look, you're winning. I like that. Why'd they take that out?
It's the first death and the second death. Um,
Maria? Maria? Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why?
Oh, she has a pained face.
Mary.
I think the remake did it better. In that instance, I got more across, except for the Maria's face.
Worst comes to worst, I'll take damn clothes to the laundromat, I guess. I mean, that could work.
Oh, what happened to her other arm?
What do you mean?
It's, well, first of all, it's underneath of her. And it looks like she was placed there.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Like how the arm would have been slightly underneath of her if by someone placing her onto the bed.
Yeah.
Because the hand hits the bed first.
Well, we also have this, the bars are, like, fucking destroyed.
Well, yes. No, but I mean, she wasn't killed on the bed.
Yeah.
What the hell?
My Pyramid Head's weapon.
It's my cutoff time tonight. Maybe 3. I kind of want, what I kind of want to do is I want to get to the point where next time I play I can just do all the endings. And to do that, I need to get through the first part of the hotel. Well, pretty much most of the hotel. Which I think is possible. But if we don't make it, we don't make it. Next time I'm playing this will be... it probably won't be Saturday. It might... There's a chance that it might be. It depends on if Kylie is free for the randomizer. If she is, we'll be doing that, but... like... It's highly probable that she is. That's why I'm saying I might not be playing this on that day. If not Saturday, which most likely not, it'll be, what is it? Monday. Yeah, Monday. Monday we'll do the endings. 2-ish I'm gonna lay down, so my responses will be sporadic. That's fine. If you want me to, I mean, I could send you the full VOD. Unless you want me to cut it up for you about where you, about after 2 or something. This felon drank one last bottle of ale before he was executed and laid here to his eternal rest. Miriam K., traitor. Oh yeah,
What the fuck is this?
okay, so I'll just send you the full VOD then. What?
Where are you right now?
This is the very end of the labyrinth. I am in a graveyard.
Uh-huh.
Interestingly, about this, the Miriam K. We heard about Walter Sullivan. He killed a couple people. One of them's name was Miriam, but not...
Was it Miriam K?
It wasn't Miriam K. It was Miriam something else. This is kind of one little way of, like, fucking with your mind. Like, I remember the name Miriam. Was that their last name? Just a little thing. If Kylie isn't available next Friday the 7th, what's the plan? I have no idea. Maybe we'll just... I don't know, maybe we'll just play something? Lethal Company? Maybe we'll hang out, since we haven't in a long time. This is gonna bother me. Let me look up who Walter Sullivan killed. Is this... Oh yeah, Billy and Miriam Locane. So it was Miriam L, not Miriam K. Could play Children of Morta. I can start a new save. You can remote in with that stream remote play together. Probably won't get far, but no worries. Would that... Would that require I have the game or no? I only beat the first boss of the first part of the first dungeon so far. And he was Walter Sullivan, right in back of Miriam K. So it kind of like puts it even more in your mind. You're like, oh yeah, Walter Sullivan, Miriam.
Killed Miriam.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's another Fungo original take. So we have Angelo Roscoe, Eddie Dombrowski. We got graves for Angela and Eddie, and then we have a grave for us. And this
Wait.
is huh?
Where's Laura's?
Not here. It's only people who've killed. And
Then who did Miriam kill?
oh yeah. But this is another one I was one of the death suggestions, the suicide suggestions, because you are asked to jump into your own grave. I think that's the last one, pretty much. Town kind of settles down after that. They're like, all right, we told you to kill yourself enough. You don't need to own it for Steam Remote Play together. Okay. It's on sale for $4. Oh! I won't say... I mean, you're trying to... Don't put yourself out too much. I can spend $4. I know you're trying to go to a job interview and all that. Oh yeah, I never noticed. This is like a freezer door. You can hear it too.
Hear what?
You can hear the freezer.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, huh? You just had to follow me all the way out here. How many times do I have to kill you?
Eddie? Whoa, Eddie, it's me.
Oh. Hi, James.
Eddie, what are you doing?
Well, what's it look like I'm doing? You fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick. You gonna cry, fat ass? You gonna run to your mama? Waste of skin, why don't you just kill yourself?
Oh, one more.
One more what?
Suicide suggestion.
Maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And a corpse can't laugh!
Eddie,
What's that? You want to talk down to me some more? Tell me to relax? You're just like the rest of them, James.
no, I don't want...
Shut up! You think I'm stupid. You think I don't see it. But you've been laughing at me all along. Ever since we first met. But you ain't laughing now, are you?
You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me, we're the same. We're not like other people, don't you know that? Well, you're about to find out.
I'll wait until after this whole sequence is over to play the original scenes. The original...
Huh?
You're about to say something.
I was gonna. I don't know how you knew that, but.
I heard your mouth open.
Oh. God damn, that's creepy. Anyway, I noticed something about James.
Okay.
In the original, the light was on the other side in the cutscenes. They switched it.
Light?
Yeah. In his pocket. It was on the other side.
Oh, interesting.
I noticed it when you were playing the original
Do you know what it does to you, James?
video.
When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look? Yeah, I ran away after I killed that dog. But you know what? It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then you came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. And now it's your turn, James. Now you're scared, ain't you? You'll swerve and squeal and cry like a little girl. And then you'll just curl up and die. And it's gonna feel great. Just like before. I'm coming for you. Who's laughing now?
Come on. Never bring a gun to a chainsaw fight, buddy. You can see here. Kind of has a realization. What he just did feels familiar. Gotta get victory cry. Victory pose. But yeah, that realization on his face that
And he grabbed his hand with where his ring was.
Yeah. If you want them, there's two DLC that are like a couple bucks combined and a free one that's audiobook versions of some lore stories that I guess were cut from the game. I don't think they add any additional content to the game though, it's just skins and a pet mechanic that I haven't unlocked yet. Um, uh, I'll probably just go for the audiobook thing. See if... Oh, there is a time. Okay. So we're gonna watch those scenes, but I have to do something first. There's a trophy for doing something. Alright, the narrator's voice is divine. Nice. And what do you know? We made it. We're in the back of the Historical Society. Just short walk through that building, and now we're at the boat. That's all it takes. Just gotta put one foot right in front of the other. Then you make it where you're going.
Ooh, I should head to bed.
I guess so.
I was getting tired an hour ago, so. I love how the light reflects down, too. That's a good touch. Alright.
1, 2 steps. Alright.
Love you.
Love you too.
Have a good night.
Go around the building to the right. Nice steps. My God, I definitely didn't get this one. Road trip.
Why can't you see the photos?
What do you mean? That was a photo.
The fuck? That one's not. The only two that I saw was this one and two over to the right. And in your hand, in the game, it didn't look like there was a fucking photo. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Pants said goodnight.
Night.
Name Ed Kelly? No, I've never heard of an Ed Kelly. Right. We're on the boat. So there is a trophy for just sitting in the boat for 10 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay. And if you notice, we got the light in the distance, which I showed off in that one cutscene last night, that Maria turned you away from. In the original game, she does point you towards the hotel originally. It is kind of weird that they had her take you somewhere different first. In fact, I can play that scene real quick. Oh God. Mary, so this is that park. Mary, are you here?
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face, your voice, just your hair and clothes are different.
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Feel how warm I am?
You're really not Mary.
I told you, I'm Maria.
Sorry. I was confused.
Where are you going?
I'm looking for Mary. Have you seen her?
Didn't you say she died?
Oh yeah, 3 years ago. But I got a letter from her. She says she was waiting in our special place.
And that's here? Anyway, I haven't seen her. Is this your only special place?
Well, there's the hotel too, I guess. The one on the lake? I wonder if it's still there.
The Lakeview Hotel? Yeah, it's still there. So, the hotel was your special place, huh? I'll bet it was. Don't get so mad. I was just joking. Anyway, it's not that way. It's this way.
You're coming with me?
You were gonna just leave me?
No, but...
With all these monsters around?
No, I just...
I'm all alone here. Everyone else is gone. I look like Mary, don't I? You loved her, right? Or maybe you hated her.
Don't be ridiculous.
So it's okay?
Yeah, fine.
And we got the Eddie scenes that we just saw.
Eddie? What are you doing?
What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you. Well, maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And a corpse can't laugh. From now on, if anyone makes fun of me, I'll kill him. Just like that.
Eddie, have you gone nuts? I knew it.
You too. You're just like him, James.
Hey, I didn't mean anything.
Don't bother. I understand. You've been laughing at me all along, haven't you? Ever since we first met. I'll kill you, James! Do you know what it does to you, James? When you're hated, picked on, spit on, just because of the way you look? After you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life?
For animations
That's
from
why I ran
GTA.
away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl.
Maybe.
Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts up. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog. He's gonna have a hard time playing football on what's left of that knee.
You think it's okay to kill people? You need help, Eddie.
Don't get all holy on me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people. Don't you know that? Let's party!
Now here is where you can really see the subtlety that was brought into the remake.
Eddie? Eddie? I killed a human being.
Oh, what? He cut out the last part of it. What the hell? Hold on.
Eddie? Eddie? I killed a human being. A human being. Mary. Did you really die 3 years ago?
Is that all he says? Am I just gonna have to look up a long play? Let's see. The hooker animation, though. Yeah, maybe. Okay, like. Okay, well, who the fuck only flinches when shot at by a shotgun at point blank range? Like double barrel, not 2 feet away, and the fat guy just stumbles back. Okay, I'm gonna lay down after this one. Okay, laying down while you find the video. Yeah. Oh, I got the achievement. The Scourge of Toluca Lake. Spend 10 minutes out on Toluca Lake. I have to find this real quick. Man, Eddie.
Did you really die 3 years ago?
Yeah, okay. You stop there. Alright. Yeah. There you go, I got the trophy. Time to go. Let's go, James. Wait. Hey, yo. Hey, yo! Pressing the wrong button here. Oh. See you coming. It's reacting again. Guess we might as well pull it out. It's been a while. Remember this thing? And if I recall correctly, remember this flyer. Not the text, but the visual on it. Commit it to memory. But what I'm trying to find is why the stone reacted. Because you can find it. Sometimes it's hard to find. maybe up? Let me see. It may be. A picture, maybe? Hold up. Hang on. Finding a lot of information, like where to use the gem, but I'm not finding a picture of like why you use it here. Basically, there's little pictures of eyes that you find in each location. Um, the first one was really clear. I think I pointed it out. But this one is a little more ambiguous, hard to locate. I swear I've seen it before. I swear I've seen the eye, but I can't find it now. And do one more look-see. Hey, where'd the boat go? That's unfortunate. So, oh wait, I was looking up blue gem locations. Let me look up Silent Hill 2I drawings. Nah. If I find a picture, I'll show it on the stream, but I'm done looking. It's gonna bother me, but I'm done looking. You can take my word for it, as they say.
This place hasn't changed at all in 3 years.
As the cold draws near, they abandon their old nests to return in time. Lone one of the east out of the water's safety, now lost out of breath. It's a bit of a reminder. It's been a while since I mentioned this, but we are currently in the other world right now. This is not what the hotel looks like. This is how James remembers it. The Little Mermaid music box, you originally found it here. You find it somewhere different in the remake. All right.
Our room. Mary.
Clean up the fireplace in the conference room. Note to staff. James. Mr. James Sunderland, regarding the videotape you left in your room during your last stay, I'm glad to inform you that we have recovered the item and moved it to the employee section on the first floor. The tape is stored within the hotel safe to be returned to you at your earliest convenience. Tenant renting to rent due. Tenant JS James Sunderland renting to indefinitely. Rent due, paid in full. I don't think I ever went in there in the first playthrough. If I'm not mistaken, then this is new. Let me actually check my notes here. Book of Lost Memories. This is the final item we need for one of the endings. Looks like it has a cross kind of almost scratched into it. That was found in the Lost and Found. In the original in like the first playthrough, it is a different memo entirely.
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did. I guess I deserved it, huh? The fart face that I am.
Maybe. Then again, maybe you're not so bad. Just annoying.
Uh-huh. So, you got any other things planned? I think I saw a dark room back there you could lock me up in.
No. I think you've had enough. For now.
Well, that's reassuring.
Besides, I need your help finding Mary. She's here. Isn't she? Come on, tell me.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
Wait. So there really is a letter?
Oh. Yeah. Want to read it? Just don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She's our nurse. I, took it from her locker.
My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. I'm far away now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. And Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me, but please, give him a chance. It's true, he can be a little surly sometimes, and he doesn't laugh much. But underneath, he's a really sweet person. I love you, Laura. I love you like my very own daughter. I wish things were different. I wish we could be happy together, like we talked about. Even so, I know you will have a good life. You're a strong, smart, beautiful girl. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend, Mary.
Laura. How old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
That means Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago. Could she really be here? Is this the quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. She also talked a lot about you, you know? She even...
What? What is it?
Well, there kind of was this other letter. I think the one was for you. The envelope had your name on it.
Did you read it?
I wanted to. This one time, I almost did. Figured you didn't deserve to have it. But then I thought, Mary wouldn't want me to keep it from you. So I just sort of kept it for you. Here.
It's empty. Laura, there's nothing in it.
What? But I didn't take it. I swear.
Well, where is it then?
I must have lost it. I gotta find it.
Laura!
One thing I really like about the remake is how they did Laura. They really did her justice. Um,
I just did, huh?
Did I scare you?
Yeah, you did.
You're here to find Mary, aren't you, James? Well, have you?
No. Is that why you're here too?
She's here, isn't she? If you know where she is, tell me. I'm tired of walking.
I wish I knew.
But she said it in her letter.
What letter?
Wanna read it? But don't tell Rachel, okay?
Who's Rachel?
She was our nurse. I took it from her locker.
Laura, how old are you?
I turned 8 last week.
So, Mary couldn't have died 3 years ago. Could she really be here? Is this the quiet, beautiful place she was talking about?
Me and Mary talked a lot about Silent Hill. She even showed me all her pictures. She really wanted to come back. That's why I'm here. Maybe you'll get it if you see the other letter. The one Mary... Huh? I must have dropped it.
Laura!
I gotta find it.
Laura!
tired. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. We'll see how much longer I last. I don't know. Maybe I should stop soon. I don't know. Hang on. Hello. So in the original game, I think I mentioned that when you look at something in the like you look at some alcohol in Heaven's Night, um, and James mentioned something about his alcoholism, but then you can't see the text again. In the original version, when you look at this piano, there's eyes on the floor. What the fuck? Anyway, um, when you look at this piano, James mentions he remembers how Mary used to play piano and how she wasn't very good at it. Um, but he still liked to listen anyway. Uh, this being before they were married. This text stays unlike a lot of the other memory texts. So you can keep looking at the piano and he'll keep saying it. It's almost as if like he's finally starting to not suppress things. The memories are staying with him. He's okay with it. Also, the dog and the bunny are happy. Perhaps James is the dog. The dog has been depicted with malicious intent before.
Laura.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Yeah, Laura, just yeah. Make sure you lock the door behind you. Oh right, she doesn't. God help me. Loving memory of Sean Mitchell. Family regret to inform you of his passing. The funeral service will be held at St. Stella Church in South Vale, intersection of Nathan Ave and Neely Street at 11 a.m. Following the service, we will hold a small reception at Sean's family home. Here's a very clear and blatant instance of the name Sean. And the name Sean is usually combined with M for Sean Mitchell. But what significance does Sean Mitchell have? He's not a name from the original game. It's someone they completely came up with for this remake. Is there any significance? Who knows? Someone has a theory, and I'm gonna read about it much later. Oh god, that's even more reason for me to get as far as I can in here tonight. Oh. Aftermath. That's not... Okay. 212 is the next one. Saw that fucker come down this hallway. Their helix seems to have some kind of pest. Separate from the rest of the plant or they'll all die. Hedera helix. Is that a plant you know about, Bree? Is that a real plant? Tell me more. Looks like they didn't separate them. Sunrise wing. Is that upstairs? Must be. There's a door we didn't check in the lobby. It's probably closed, but we're gonna check it anyway. There's the reference to the house in the intro of Silent Hill 1. I think it very quickly deteriorates as we go through this. Fuck, I forgot we had the crawlies in here. Medical record patient Mary Shepherd Sunderland. Or any of this area. Nice, Stinky. Hang on a second. Well, it is now 3. I do think I should stop here. Just because, well, it's 3, but also, I don't know, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. I do have various things to show and talk about even after we get every ending, but I don't think it's going to take me too long to get every ending when we get to the point that I can do that. So I'm going to stop it here. We're kind of, I mean, look at this. We're kind of tearing through this whole place. We explored the entire first floor. Uh, we're like halfway through floor 2. And then we got floor 3. And I'm kind of tearing through it because I'm not like taking in every detail like I was before. I know the puzzle's a little better than even the rest of the game. Like that puzzle I just did. I just did it. If you didn't notice, I just put the books in and I did it. But yeah. That's it. I have to go sleep because I am tired and I need sleep. Like I said, tomorrow we have Dragon Guard. Thursday is more Sonic. We will be back. It's probably going to be Zelda on Saturday. So we'll be back with Silent Hill on Monday. However, I will provide people with enough notice if it is going to be Silent Hill on Saturday. And, you know, if it is on Saturday, that would work out great because then I definitely have a lot of time. Now hold on. There's one little thing. I thought I would be able to find this in the game. Um, I wasn't able to. So I'm going to have to pull it up, and I'm going to have to let you know that this does have to do with Angela. It is very small. It barely has to do with her, but like it definitely does, as opposed to like the arson theory. But this is definitely this is from the same person. I have open a whole bunch of posts from this person, including their big long weird theory that I'm going to go into. But one of the posts that I closed because I thought I'd be able to find it and show you in game, I will pull up now. I'm still getting caught up by the fact that I can't type in Twitter. It has to be X now, which would have been a lot easier to get my head around if um they just did that outright. But uh what was it? Oh, here she is. Oh, here's something about the whole Sean thing. The blue gem. We got a picture of the back of it. It's got a fucking S on it. And the eye symbol on the back. But that's not what I wanted to show. Let me find what I wanted to show. Let me discover it. We will have more Sean stuff to be shown later. What is... Where is it? Where is it? Pardon me. I honestly keep I just keep scrolling past some of these things and looking at them for too long. Honestly, this stuff is just so interesting. Findings. Um. Anyway, what do you mean anyway? Y'all seem very happy to see me. Could have died out there. Oh my god, if I only just kept the... If I just kept the post up, I wouldn't be digging this much. Help. I can't emphasize enough how cool some of this shit is. And I'm not gonna be reading all of it. Okay. Alright, I found it. I found it. One of the most disturbing sexual symbolisms in Silent Hill 2 Remake. Okay, maybe this isn't in the Angela section. Maybe that's why I didn't find it. When James aims his gun at this lamp, it reacts and starts moving. After aiming to it for some time, the lamp will... the word she uses is quote-unquote masturbate. You can also hear a man's heavy breathing. So, let us check this video out. I couldn't even begin to tell you. I don't even know where that is. But it's in there. It happens. All right. That's it. That's all I was looking for. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Have a good night. Anyway, what do you mean, anyway?